Hi, this is David Munson. I'm with you for another session of Insights with me. I'm excited to have my biggest group of guests that I've had so far. I've got Darrell Smith, the Executive Director of the Dallas Champions Academy, along with two of the young men that have succeeded in getting into college first in their family. We've got Kenneth. Kenneth, where are you going to college?
Bacone College up in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
All right. Well, that's really great. Now, you have participated in both the camp and the combine, right?
Yes, sir, I have.
And how did the camp affect your life?
I could say the camp affected my life in so many ways I couldn't count. Like, from starting off, didn't really have a lot of idea about how I was going to get to college, but then going through the camp and then just finding out the right system on how to do that, like, it just took me on to like so many different levels, so many different aspects, and then I just rethought about my game completely, and I went on my journey, and then now I'm here.
Well, that's fantastic, and you're going off to college next week, so
Yes,
it's
sir.
a big change of life.
Yeah, and I'm definitely ready for it. You know, I have my mom's support behind me, just friends, family. You know, got my teammate right here. He's gonna be with me the whole time, so definitely looking forward to it. You know, new experience, new level, and I'm definitely ready for it.
Well, great. And what are you interested in? You talk to me a little bit about what you might be interested in studying. What are you thinking about studying in college?
I'm thinking about taking a route of sports medicine. At our school, it's called exercise science. So I'll study a lot of human biology, kinesiology. Probably get into the field of athletic training, rehabilitation, and then hopefully pursue a career as an athletic doctor. You know, helping with sport injuries. You know, of the higher level athletes. You know, working for schools, probably working for myself. You know, just kind of go that medical route. You know, the way my mom went. So then I have her support in the back. So.
Well, it's really great to hear that you got a plan for your future and you're focused on accomplishing a lot out of your college career that's being enabled by your football ability.
Yes, sir.
And getting a full scholarship, which, as somebody who's paid for a kid's education, I'm really envious that you've been able to get a full ride to college, and I wish you the best success there.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And now, were you in the camp for 1 year?
No, I was in the camp for 2 years. I did 2 years of the camp, and then I did the combine. So I saw like a lot of a lot of new people throughout the camp. You know, seeing the different coaches, seeing the different skill levels. It's definitely a camp that's definitely helping. You know, just go by year, like, and see how it improves from the year before. It's just an amazing experience. And then, you know, we always have something new every year, another day or another challenge, you know, and it's just such a great experience that's helped me grow a lot.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, you know, it's so inspiring to hear the stories of success coming out of a disadvantaged neighborhood and breaking the mold that might be cast upon a young man, and he's on his way to a successful professional career. If you'd like to support us at Dallas Champions Academy, please go to our website and make a donation. You know, the Dallas Champions Academy's parent organization, the Greater Dallas Coalition, which helps to reunite North and South Dallas and encourage interconnectivity between organizations that serve South Dallas, is sponsoring this program and would desperately love to see donations coming in to show that you're enjoying the show and like what you're hearing. So if you like what you're hearing, please consider making a donation, no matter how small. We'd love to hear from you. On the PayPal donation button on our website, there is a way that you can add your comment and say, love the show. We'd love to hear from you. Please respond, no matter how small the donation. It just is a validation of our efforts to share with you in the community some of the exciting things that are happening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So now, Tehran, you've had a little different experience. You didn't get to go through the camp.
No, sir.
And how did you find out about the Dallas Champions Academy and their combining program?
Like you said, the process was different for me, and it was a life-changing process for me, and it was actually a rehab for me. I was in rehab for about 6 months, and I met Darrell here probably about a week or two into myself being in rehab, about a week or two, and we was helping out the community, and Darrell just looked at me. He's like, "Man, do you play football?" I was like, "Actually, I do. I just actually left college not too long ago, and I got into trouble, but God blessed me with another opportunity to be here and to even hear a chance to play football again. I was already sitting out a year, and I was just moving from place to place, and I was living a rough life, and I chose the street life over what I had. It was easy. But I met Darrell, and he gave me an opportunity. He just told me March 4th, and I didn't look back. And I couldn't, because it's your life or it getting taken.
Yeah. So Darrell was able to help you break out of a negative cycle and move back into being a productive citizen, and now getting to go back to college and
Yes, sir.
finish your college career,
Yes, sir.
which is fantastic. And where are you going to school?
I'll also be attending Bacone College in Muskogee, Oklahoma. I can't wait to play with my teammate here. We're actually getting training in, so it's a great influence. It's just a great opportunity to get to play again and just have an impact on this world because it's needed.
Well, that's a great story, and you know, what it shows is that God's grace comes to people and redeems people even after they've made a bunch of mistakes. There's always an opportunity to break out of a negative pattern even when you've given up hope. Tayron, you know, had made some bad choices and ended up leaving college before he got his degree, thought he was on a path to not finish his college career, met Darrell when he was in a very negative place in his life and was able to turn his way around. And you've gone out and gotten a good job and are really being a productive citizen now, which, you know, and you're working as well, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
You know, and that's one of the really positive stories, because so many black young men and white young men are unemployed and not being productive citizens and not learning the value of giving back to society. And it's really inspiring to hear young men who are breaking out of that mold and building a career and building a resume that's going to be with them and benefit them through their lives. So what is your position you're going to play?
I'll be playing inside and outside linebacker. I'm going to get redshirt this season, so it's really just a chance to really get my technique back and just get to fly around and teach these guys, because I'm going to be a junior going in, so I'm going to be older than some of the guys, so it's just going to be a teaching role for me this season.
Well, good. Well, you know, if you can get a scholarship and not take the chance of getting injured on the field, that's even better. And I know you want to play, though, and hopefully you'll get to play in the future.
Yes, sir.
And what position are you going to play?
I'll be playing strong and free safety. So it's definitely a new position for me. You know, going in from my last year of high school, I played a lot of the running back position and a lot of the corner position. So moving back there to that free safety spot, it's definitely going to be a new learning experience, but it's something I think I'll be able to handle, you know, going into this new season. And then, you know, got my teammate here, you know, to, you know, one-on-one training. And then a lot of coaches at Bacone, you know, they're real attentive, they're real personal, and, you know, they make sure everybody's on the same page. So I'm ready to get out there and just do my best.
Well, that's great. Well, you know, it's really exciting to have a chance to hear you all speak again. You gave a great presentation at previous fundraising dinners, and it was really a pleasure to get to know these young men as they've made such a positive step in their life. And it really validates my time that I take to be the volunteer treasurer of the Dallas Champions Academy and its parent organization, the Greater Dallas Coalition. You know, volunteer service is something all of us can do, and we all need to pick a path that uses our abilities to the best to serve God's purpose on this earth, which we're admonished to love our neighbors ourselves, which means giving back and sharing love and kindness and doing good works in the world. Now, Darrell, you've been successful at running this camp, and it's been a vital concern. We just had another great year. And that was our 8th, wasn't it?
Actually was, David, it was our 8th annual Dallas Champions Academy, just held about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We had approximately 150, 160 kids come out from the community. It is just an exciting time. And to be here this afternoon with Terrion and Kenneth it's encouraging, because this is really what the camp is all about. It's about providing redemption and providing hope to inner city kids. And much like David said, it doesn't matter the culture or the color that you come from. In our inner cities all across America, but specifically here in Dallas, there's a lot of young men and women who are just living broken lives. And so what the Dallas Champions Academy and its parent organization, the Greater Dallas Coalition, attempts to do is to bring that hope and that redemption. And one of the strategic ways that we do that is through our Dallas Champions Academy. And so again, to be here with both Kenneth and Terrion, kind of like the result or the end result of everything that we do is just, it's humbling. It's humbling. And they're not the only ones. Over the last 3 years, we've been able to provide these scholarship opportunities to over 15 inner city kids, and every single one of them, they are the first in their families to have the opportunity to go to college. So I'm sitting over here kind of like a proud papa, to be able to see that these young men, they've made it, and it wasn't something that was handed to them. Kenneth shared with you how for 2 years he went through the camp, and the camp is not an easy camp. It's a very strenuous, a very tough camp to go through. The coaches are very in your face, making sure that that you're carrying out the responsibilities and the instructions that they're giving. And then and then Terrion going to the combine in Oklahoma. These are great opportunities that were not handed to him. Terrion had to get up on that morning, on that Saturday morning, and take that bus ride and be committed to that. The same with Kenneth. So to know that these men are being rewarded for their efforts, it just blows my mind. And I can't wait till our next combine, which will be taking place in March 2018. And I'm excited about our next camp. But this past camp, man, it was just a great experience. A lot of kids came out. It was a little rough. We had a larger group, or a tougher group of kids this year, but we were able to break through and begin to see the change and the transformation in the lives of the kids.
Well, that's fantastic. And the last time you were on was before the camp, and we were on the build up to the camp and hoping for a great season. Mm-hmm. And we've had another great year, and hopefully we're going to have a great group of guys go up to the combine and have another year of success and grow that number of college scholarship kids that are going to really make a difference in the world. Mm-hmm. And so I'm, I think we're doing real well. And what high school did you go to?
I went to Inspired Vision Academy in Dallas, right in the heart of Pleasant Grove. It's definitely a rough neighborhood. A lot of kids go through a lot going through that neighborhood. Luckily, Ms. Belknap, the owners and founders of Inspired Vision, they took the time and they took their efforts and their hearts to build the school that I went to get those inner city kids out of there. Just like what the Dallas Champions Camp is doing. Like, a lot of people are really helping, and this camp is like, it's like you said, it's a way out. I had God on my side, my family, my friends, and I wasn't the star athlete, but with all the support and all the trust that I had in my faith, it is all like carried on, and then now I'm here.
Well, that's a fantastic story, and it really, we're blessed to have a big charter school serving as the sponsoring facility for the Dallas Champions Academy. Tell us a little more about that, Darrell, the relationship we have with the school that helps make the camp possible.
Well, yeah, actually the schools are called A+ charter schools. They actually have currently 3 campuses and are about to open up a 4th in the fall. Inspire Division 2, which is like the middle high school, Inspire Division 1, which is the elementary school, and then they have A+ Academy, which have all grades up to high school. And so actually this is our 3rd year partnering with A+ Academy charter schools to host the Dallas Champions Academy, and they are excellent hosts. Again, the founder, Karen Belknap, her son Brenton White, the entire family really go out of their way to make sure that we're at home. Everything is provided for, and we really appreciate it. Everything is provided for, and of course, it's free of charge. So we're very much indebted to the A+ charter schools for just really coming alongside this. They see the value, and one of the things that that Kenneth was talking about is at A+ charter schools that he's not the only one from A+ charter schools to be able to obtain a scholarship through the Dallas Champions Academy. I believe one of your former classmates, who you guys are going to be playing against this year from another school. Can you just share real briefly about that?
Yeah, his name is Demery Limsey. He was one of our graduating class of 2016. He's an amazing athlete. Yeah, well, we will be seeing him this year when we play Texas College. So it's definitely just gonna be like a big family reunion for us. Got a lot of family coming out there. Miss Karen Belknap said she's gonna be there, her family. Just to know that you got the owner of the school come to support just one little group of kids. Like you don't never hear about that. You won't hear about that in the big DISD districts or DeSoto districts or anything like that. Just to know that the owners of your school are just coming to watch you and your teammate, your family. And it's just going to be a great experience for everybody. So looking forward to playing him again. Next time I suit up with him, we're going to be wearing different uniforms. So it's just going to be one good ride.
Good. What position does he play?
He's actually a wide receiver.
Oh.
So we may be matched up a couple of times. So it's definitely going to be something fun. There's going to be a lot of smack talk, but we're ready to get it.
Well, that's great. It's just wonderful. And, the Belknaps have been great supporters, and she's a board member on the Greater Dallas Coalition and really giving back. And, it's wonderful to work with people who are in the active role of trying to make the world a better place through their life and actions. And I think these young men are going to make a big difference in the world and make the world a better place on their own through a productive life and through giving back to the community. Now, you're involved with the video program at your church, and
yes, sir. I'm involved with many ministries at my church. They had a video production ministry at my church. The dance groups, drill team. I'm a very active person. I was always an active person. My parents always taught me, hey, if you want to do something, you got to go do it. Nobody's gonna sit there and give it to you. So when going through this camp, that's what the coaches taught us. Nobody's gonna give this to you. You have to go out here. You have to earn it. You have to take it. So I was able to help transition that into the rest of my team, and we went to go ahead and win back-to-back. 3 state championships in the last 2 years. Not a lot of people can do that. I'm blessed to have these rings on my hand.
Yeah, those are big, nice rings.
Yes, they are. I love them. I wouldn't have been able to earn them by myself. It was definitely an amazing team effort. Almost my entire team went through the camp. So just that little bonding experience there, for all of us to have that same type of training, it was just the next step that we needed. That was the takeoff. That was the start button that we needed. So I can basically kind of say this camp got Inspired Vision their state championships, because if it wasn't for this camp, I don't know where we would be. So yeah, it's just amazing.
It's awesome, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing these stories, and I hope you're on the website hitting that give button to validate our effort to reach out to you and share success stories and positive news with you. So many times in the world, the main news channels are always running some negative story. If they're running a story about a young black man, it's because he's been involved with the law, or he's fallen off the tracks, or been involved in a drug deal, or all the other negative things that we hear about. And one of my goals is to let people know that there are good people out there, and there are people that are making a positive difference, and we need to celebrate that and enjoy that to kind of offset the incredible negativity that we get from mainstream media that demeans human progress and doesn't talk about people that are moved by faith to make a difference in the world and to be positive influences in the world. So now, Trayon, so you're going to go to college a week later.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are you interested in studying? Finish up.
I started in personal training, so I'm going to continue that journey, and it's going to be a great journey for me because I love it. I'm training my teammate here, and I like the teamwork of it. I love the leadership, and I love the growth in it because it's not helping better just yourself. You're bettering everybody around you, and when everybody around you is great, shoot, you can't do nothing but have fun with it. And that's what the process is. Just if you have fun with it, you can get the job done. It's gonna take time, but it's just understanding that if you really put your mind to it, you can do anything you want. It don't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what you think somebody else is saying. It matters what you think. If you want to get the job done, do it. Because I'm not stopping you. I'm just gonna probably be there to say, if you want it, you want it. I'm gonna compete with you to get it, but it's all on you, and that's your life. Nobody has that control of it unless it's God, but it's your life. Take control of it.
Well, that's a positive message and attitude, and I think it's going to serve you well. You've already pulled yourself out of a pretty dark hole, and are well on your way to back on track to have a successful career. And I think it's a great attitude. You know, some people, if they're redshirted, would kind of have a negative attitude and not look at it upbeat, like what they can give back to the team through mentoring the younger people and help them train and help them succeed. And I think that's a noble attitude to have. And so that's really good, and I sure appreciate you all both taking time out of your day right before you head off to college to come and talk with us and share some more about the success of the camp with you. Now, when we have a year-round mentoring program that works with these kids to get them prepared for college, and a college specialist that helps them move through the college application process.
Yes, we do. We actually have, on our staff, we have a college retention specialist who will be working with all the college-age young men and women who have gone through the camp to ensure that they go through the college application process and take the necessary steps to get into college. For those young people who are not college age, we're working with several organizations here in Dallas who provide year-round mentoring with the kids. As a matter of fact, I was on a conversation earlier today with an organization leader for Young Life, and who's considering, you know, taking on some of the kids. Our goal and our plan is to really walk year-round with these young men and these young women. Again, I think I've shared this on one of our previous shows, that it's not just a 4-day camp. It's a year-round camp where we're walking with these young men and these young women through the course of their life. And so that's our goal. That's why Terrion and Kenneth Branch are here. When Kenneth first came to our camp, chances are if he would have never heard from us again, he probably wouldn't be here. But because we have a college retention specialist, James Pryor, who's just been phenomenal in keeping in touch with these young men, that he's, you know, Terrion and Kenneth are here today saying, hey, you know what? I'm on my way to college. And so the mentoring program is probably one of our strongest aspects of our Dallas Champions Academy. As a matter of fact, one of the coaches, Coach Ken Heupel, says this is not what we do on the day of, but it's what we do the day after. And the mentoring program is our day after.
And that's fantastic. And you know, I'm so proud to be involved with the organization. I mean, my role, which your role may choose to be, you may not have the skill set like a Darrell has, who can reach out to young men and work with them and manage a camp. You may not feel like that's what you're meant to do. Well, donating money is always needed, because what Darrell does would be impossible without caring people donating to the program to fund the vital parts of the effort that weren't possible without money. Money is ultimately the river that can do productive things like the Dallas Champions Academy, or it can be used for senseless stuff like frivolous personal items that really have no purpose in life, but you just want to have. So many of us can get into a trap of being excessive consumers and feel like we need to spend most of our money on frivolous things instead of loving our neighbors by giving assets to do God's work here on earth. The Dallas Champions Academy is not explicitly a Christian program, but it follows Christian principles and serves to strengthen people's faith. It's not a religious camp per se, but it comes from a very Christian perspective of giving back. Isn't that right, Darrell?
Yes, yeah, it is. We're character-based. We do believe in the Christian values and the Christian principles, but the focus of the camp is to instruct and to teach the young people 4 basic life principles: trust, hard work, discipline, and respect. We believe that with these 4 principles ingrained in the young men and the young women, they will be able to accomplish anything that they set their mind and heart to do. And so that's the focus. Get these principles into these young men and the young women, and then watch them flourish.
And that's evidenced here by these fine young men who are changed their course and are off on a great path.
Yes.
And it's so inspiring to have that great story. And you know, they got applause at the fundraising dinners with their compelling story. And because we all need to hear stories of positive success, and that's what we're hearing today. So it's exciting and wonderful to have both of you here on the show today. And I know when you started this process, you had no idea that you ended up on TV talking about your life paths. No. But you've done a great job today, and you did a really fantastic job at the fundraising dinners. And I hope that if you've enjoyed this show, that you'll look at our website and learn more. We have a great video on the website about the camp, and there is that donate button. That we'd love a donation of any size. To tell you the truth, as the treasurer, there is absolutely no work on my part to handling the PayPal donations. PayPal is a very turnkey solution, so don't you feel bad if you just make a $1 donation. We'd love to see it. We'd love to know that you're watching the show and appreciate what we're doing and find our stories that we tell inspirational in your own personal life. And as the treasurer, I'll certainly be happy to see positive return on the investment the Dallas Champions Academy and Greater Dallas Coalition make to bring this news to you and to inspire you to give back to your community in whatever way you choose to do, whether it's monetary or through your time. It's been great to be with you, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.